I'm pretty sure that anyone that's in the gaming community knows what's happening with Activision Blizzard, but I'm also pretty sure that there's people who don't know what's going on, so I'm going to go ahead and explain it. Activision Blizzard is being sued by the state of California. The reason why they're being sued is because they're treating their female employees like shit. The company was being investigated for 2 years before this came out. It was being investigated by California's top labor agency. There's an article that says that 20% of the company's workforce are women, and that it's found that women are frequently belittled, sexually harassed, and subject to unequal pay and retaliation. Women are subjected to what the complaints describe as cube crawls, where male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol and engage in inappropriate behavior towards their female co-workers. One female worker told the department that the men working at Activision Blizzard would approach her on her work site and comment on her breast. According to the complaint, several female employees told the agency they were held back from promotions because of the possibility they may become pregnant. And get this, it gets even worse. In one example given in the complaint, a female employee committed suicide during a business trip. She was accompanied by a male supervisor who she allegedly previously had sexual relations with. He, according to the complaints, brought plugs and lubricants along on that trip. Now that you guys are all caught up with this entire thing, let me just say that that article doesn't even cover 50% of how bad it really was. And I would also like to say that Activision Blizzard is only one out of many gaming companies who have done something like this to their female employees. I'm sure there's hundreds upon hundreds of companies out there that treat their female employees like shit, and I think that that should make people worry. I don't think you guys realize how dangerous the gaming community is for women, especially women of color. It's become a cesspool for misogynistic, racist incels, which is why it's not surprising that, believe it or not, Activision Blizzard still has supporters. You see, people are going to protest, and what did Activision do about this? They hired a union-busting firm. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a team that gets together to make sure that the protesters don't do what they want to do. They look for the leaders who are putting together this entire thing. They look for the planners that are planning this entire thing. They try to make sure they know what time the protest is going to be, pretty much just trying to get details on the protest. And when they find out who the planners are, who the leaders are, they pretty much try to bribe them with promotions, or they try to pay them off, and sometimes they will go as far as to threaten them. And then we have the edgy 12-year-olds on Twitter that try to say these type of things are based. The gaming community has a huge problem with how it treats women, and I believe that it's time for something to change. I mean, a woman killed herself because of this. It's clear that this company has a huge problem. If you are going on a business trip, it should be all about business. That woman should not have died on that trip. And I think anyone with at least 2 brain cells can agree on that. If I'm not mistaken, in a workplace, you should be doing work. You shouldn't be getting drunk or high playing video games while the female workers are back there doing all of the work for you. In a workplace, you shouldn't be getting drunk or high at all, especially not to the point where you are going on, what do they call it, cubicle walks, where you're harassing female employees, commenting on their bodies, and sometimes putting your hands on them. If 70% of the apples from the tree are rotten, there's clearly something wrong with the tree itself. In this case, the apples are the workers and the tree is the company itself. And how do we know that the company itself is bad when the workers are the ones committing all of these heinous acts? Well, let's go ahead and look at the way they responded to this entire thing. A good company would look into this and make sure that it never happens again. But Activision Blizzard responded by hiring a union-busting firm, putting out shitty letters where they claim they'll do better when in reality we know they won't. Then they block their employees that criticize the way they responded to this entire thing. And all of that put together equals, we don't give a shit, we just want this to go away as soon as possible. And how am I so confident that they're guilty of all of this? How do I know that they're doing all of this messed up stuff? Well, you see, we have police going into their bathrooms and finding cameras all over the place. We have them admitting that the cameras have caught footage of employees within the bathroom but had deleted the videos. Let's look at the letter that the PR team, the CEO, put together. This has been a difficult and upsetting week. I want to recognize and thank all of those who have come forward in the past and in recent days. I so appreciate your courage. Every voice matters, and we will do a better job of listening now and in the future. Our initial response to the issue we faced together and to your concerns were quite frankly tone deaf. It is imperative that we acknowledge all perspectives and experiences and respect the feelings of those who have been mistreated in any way. I am sorry that we did not provide the right empathy and understanding. Many of you have told us that active outreach comes from caring so deeply for the company, that so many people have reached out and shared thoughts, suggestions, and highlighted opportunities for improvement is a powerful reflection of how you care for our communities of colleagues and players and for each other. Ensuring that we have a safe and welcoming work environment is my highest priority. The leadership team has heard you loud and clear. We are taking swift action to be the compassionate, caring company you came to work for and ensure a safe environment. There is no place anywhere at our company for discrimination, harassment, and unequal treatment of any kind. We will do everything possible to make sure that together we improve and build the kind and inclusive workplace that is essential to foster creativity and inspiration. I have asked the law firm WilmerHale to conduct a review of our policies and procedures to ensure that we have and maintain best practices to promote a respectful and inclusive workplace. This work will begin immediately. The WilmerHale team will be led by Stephanie Avakian, who is a member of the management team at WilmerHale and was most recently the director of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's Division of Enforcement. We encourage anyone with an experience you believe violates our policies or in any way made you uncomfortable in a workplace to use any of our many existing channels for reporting or to reach out to Stephanie. She and her team at WilmerHale will be available to speak with you on a confidential basis and can be reached at blah 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 blah. Your outreach will be kept confidential. Of course, no retaliations will be tolerated. We are committed to a long-lasting change effective immediately. We will be taking the following actions, and here's all the actions they claim that they are going to take. You know what? I call bullshit. I believe that a PR team put this together to make sure that this goes away as soon and as quick as possible. They don't give a shit about their employees. If they actually cared about their female employees, they would have done this 2 years ago when this investigation started. Hell, they would have done it way before then. It took someone committing suicide for people to realize how bad this is. I wonder how many complaints did they get before this entire thing? What, hundreds, thousands, millions? But did they care? No, they didn't. They cared so little that one woman committed suicide. There's been cameras found in multiple bathrooms. Some of their employees quit because they couldn't handle just how much BS is going on there. But as soon as the reputation is on the line, oh, now we care. Now we're gonna hire this Stephanie person to take care of all of this. This company does not care. Honestly, man, I am done with this company. I'm deleting all of their games off of my PS4, off of my PC. COD was getting repetitive anyways, and holy shit, the fucking hackers on Warzone. I mean, it kind of makes sense now why they couldn't give us an anti-cheat system that actually worked. They were too busy sexually assaulting their employees to do anything about the cheaters. The company as a whole is shitty, and I am not the only person that thinks so. Their biggest supporters are done with this company. Until something is done about this entire ordeal, like something that actually works, you won't catch me playing one of their games. I promise you that. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give a like and subscribe. Doing this tells me that you guys are enjoying my videos and it motivates me to post more and more every single day. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and comment pineapple if you made it to the end of this video. That's it for today. Peace.
Here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out.